Welcome to the Learn to RV podcast, where we support, inspire, and empower you 1 mile at a time.
I'm here, Learn to RV, the podcast by myself. This is Tasha. We're in Florida. Internet debacle galore. And I'm tired of having internet debacles. So I decided, fine, just doing it myself. So I have commandeered Jennifer's clam and this bench that is normally Frank's, and I'm taking over the show. Today is my show. We are it's me. You get me. I'm just over here looking like a snack, as my t-shirt says, and it's a good time in Florida. It's a little humid. I guess I'm going to start with the weather forecast.
What are you
wait
doing?
a second. Come on, you're not doing the show without us.
And I'm not
Here we
doing the
are.
weather forecast.
We're going to do it together this week.
Or maybe for a couple weeks. Who knows? We're together for
this
a little
could be
while.
Fun.
We're all in it together. You get us all in one
Yay.
spot. So
Welcome to the real kind of crazy.
we hope you can hear us. And if you're watching at home, welcome. This is what we look like together when you're not jumping between a screen. We like each other. We sit near each other. It's a whole thing.
Actually, they just met.
We did. Like,
This is only the second time we've seen each other.
I know. And it was just, what is today? Today? I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday. We got here on Sunday. So we met on Sunday. And your girls. Oh my God. I'm in love with your girls. I just want to
My
travel
girls
the country
keep
with
asking
them.
when they get to see you again.
Really? Oh, that makes my heart so happy.
And they ask, they're like, and when can we meet Rosewood?
Oh my
And when can
gosh.
we meet Stella?
I have got to tell you, we left and we were walking over here, and Matt was like, that made my heart so happy. He said that it felt like watching me with my nieces whenever we went to Colorado. And I was just like, it felt like being with my nieces in Colorado when they were little. Now they're older and they don't, you know, they don't care about Aunt Tasha. But
They grew up.
But at one point in time, I was cool Aunt Tasha. But
You're still cool, Aunt Tasha. They just show it differently now.
And now you have to adopt extra people to be Aunt Tasha.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And so now I've got 4 new victims. I mean, nieces. I have 4 new nieces that can talk to me all day about Disney.
Yep.
But that's a different episode, I feel
That is
like.
a different episode. It really, really is. Today we are talking about RV rallies, RV shows, RV events,
Yes.
why you should go, why you shouldn't go. Should you go? What should you take? What do you need to know?
How cold will it be?
How hot will it be?
Will there be power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will there be
Or
sewer?
sewer?
Where the heck are you staying? And if you book last minute, can you even stay near it?
Yeah,
That's
Right?
true.
Because I had that event this year. So let's just, I guess, dive right in. And, 2026 is around the corner. So let's start there, I think.
Yeah, we're booking for next year already for
Right?
shows and rallies.
Yes.
So yeah, I totally
Yeah.
think that's a great idea.
Okay.
And you have a little list.
I have a
I
little
brought you
list.
extra just in case.
I know.
You
Jennifer
run out
came
of things to
prepared.
do. So,
My little list is an email that I sent myself so that I could read it on my phone. And Jennifer came with pages of Tasha doesn't know rallies. Let me help her. Because almost every rally I've ever gone to, Jennifer has been my inside informant. She's been like, did you know about? And I've gone, no.
I'm hoping there's a
didn't."
few that are here that you don't know about yet.
There
So,
will be, because you know all the good stuff. Okay, so the first one that we're going to talk about is one that you informed me of. We did not know about it, and it was the Xscapers Bash at Lake Havasu in Arizona that happens in January. It's their annual event, and we traipsed our way across the country and followed you there almost 3 years ago now.
I know, crazy, huh?
That's insane to me. But it was one heck of a time. I had so much fun. It is like there are 2 events that my son asks to go back to. The Grand Design National Rally, but I think that's because they let him quote unquote gamble at casino night.
I don't think you're
And-
supposed to tell anyone.
But it's like, here are your chips. You can trade them in for tickets to win prizes. And then and Bash. And when we were, I will tell this story. We were at Mardi Gras and he bought this really bedazzled, like super extra jacket because he was like, one day I will return to Bash and I will wear this jacket at Bash. Like it's, on his list of to-dos. And that is not my kid. Like my kid is, I'll stay inside, you go do the things. So it made an impact on our family. But yeah, that's the first one that I thought we'd mention. It's
Well, and so Bash is kind of a different sort of animal.
yeah,
And it is an animal. It's
it is an animal.
it is the Sarah Park and
Mhm.
and what Sarah Park is known for is Sarah's Crack. And
Yes.
it's actually a place between the boulders that you can hike through.
Mhm.
And so that's why it's Sarah Park. It's SARA Park.
Okay.
And but it's all boondocking. It's mostly dry camping for the entire event. And it's like
Yep.
a 10-day event. It's not the first one of the season, but it's the
Mhm.
first big one
Yeah.
for for escapees, Xscapers. And so, but that's changing too this year.
Yeah.
There's some talk that Xscapers is kind of going a different direction. And so that's kind of hard.
Yes. As an escaper, I have qualms and I don't want to step on toes and I want to be careful with what I say because I don't want to tick off people but I have qualms. I have qualms, y'all. I have qualms. Okay.
But the way it's unfolding is the problem,
way it's
really.
unfolding
and so
is the problem.
there's so much up in the air with escapees and Xscapers. Escapees has a big rally too. That one happens in the
Yep.
summertime, and I'm sure we'll get there.
Yes.
But a lot of us are asking the question, will Xscapers Bash even be a thing? Will it happen?
Yeah.
Because they already canceled the New Year's celebration that happens every year.
Friendsgiving.
I think that the Xscapers will come together in Quartzsite and still do that event because that's
Mhm.
just the heartbeat of the community. And that's what Kay Peterson stood for.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, like it's definitely a transition period for a lot of rallies, I think,
Yeah.
across the country. But there's a lot of new stuff coming up too. So the one you didn't
Yeah.
mention was FRVA actually
Yes.
starts the season.
Yes, they do.
But you didn't know that, right?
Well, no, I
No,
knew that.
not
It's
that
not
one.
on my
Not
list.
that one.
No,
No,
I
it's a
know.
different-
There's a different one. And I
Yeah.
had it on my list and I took it off my
So-
list because I just made one big note that says FRVA is every month.
Yeah.
You can find them every month because my FRVA list was getting so long that I literally deleted it and just said FRVA events every month in 2026, but December. And then I gave myself the link to call out. Go to frva.com/FRVA -events because there are a lot of them.
But in January, if you're in California, FRVA
Yes.
has a West Coast rally.
Yes.
And so that starts right before Bash. And you can't really do both
Mhm.
because there's some overlap. But there's
Mhm.
another one that has some overlap, and that's here in Florida.
I was going to say, everything's happening out west.
Yeah.
Why is there nothing out east?
Yeah, but you know what
Right.
happens here, right?
What happens here?
Tampa.
Oh, well, yes, that's a show.
That's
not
a
rally.
show.
What's
Well,
the difference?
Okay.
I mean, we should talk about that.
So
Yeah.
actually, there is on-site camping this year, which they took away last year.
Mhm.
So there is some limited
Tampa?
sites at Tampa.
Okay.
But it's like $75 a night to dry.
Yeah.
Whew. And so
That's steep for dry camping.
You're not even getting anything? Sorry. Dry camping at Tampa on site.
Yay!
Guys, on
What
site.
they used to do is a lot of the smaller groups would get together at Tampa and have like a dry camping rally. And
Uh-huh.
so years ago, we actually, as our roofing solutions, would do free roof inspections right here on the grounds in Tampa.
Right.
We don't do that anymore. Well, we just can't. There's too many rules and stuff involved, lots of
Yeah.
red tape. But you can camp on the grounds if you planned ahead.
Mhm.
There's the if you planned ahead
Yeah,
part.
Right.
big F.
And then, and people will come from all over from Georgia, from Alabama,
They'll drive hours.
They'll
to the
drive
show.
hours for this show. So,
Mhm.
and I think it's the biggest in the industry.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Hershey boasts the biggest, and
They
that's
do.
months down the road. But this one has more people actually attend it.
yes.
And so usually it's about 70, 80,000 people.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they still have education at the
They
shows.
do.
We're actually
Yeah.
You know?
we're actually doing a couple seminars there.
Yes.
So at Tampa.
Yes. And you can still find community at shows too.
Yeah.
I mean, you're walking in a room full of RVers. So,
Yeah.
find someone who's wearing a shirt you like and say hello.
Absolutely.
Yes. And so that was one of the things that I had on here was like, why should you attend a show? Because I think we talk a lot about like rallies. We talk about shows like you talked about. What is the difference? And I think rallies tend to have a lot of fun behind them. It's a lot of like drive for community. And so telling somebody, hey, you should go to a rally, I think is like a no-brainer. You go,
Well, and shows are
like-minded
usually
people, let's go.
you're only there for a day or two.
Yes.
And so your ticket for Tampa is good for 2 days.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't use their second day. And
Yep,
so there's
Exactly.
that. So they do it all in one day.
My push is I have a qualm. I have many qualms. I have so many qualms. If you are only going one day, you are not doing it right because I have qualms. Okay, so I have tips for attending an RV show. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So my first one is plan ahead and book early because if you don't, you're going to be like the Martins and you're going to go to Hershey and you're going to go there last minute and you're going to be at a park that's like an hour and a half away from the show. And so every day, because you're going every day, it's going to be a drive and a half.
And you're going to have to drive through the scary cornfields to get back to your campground.
In the dark with no lights because it's
Your lights
Amish
are on the
country.
truck.
Yes.
They were not.
Right.
I felt like
Right.
I was in like the clown cornfield scary movie that came out this last year. We had just watched it and I was like driving back through these cornfields and I was like, the clowns are going to come get me.
And it's actually the horses that are on the Amish buggies that you see the whites of their eyes before you
it's
see
so
anything
creepy.
else.
It's so
Okay,
creepy.
but Tasha, Halloween and creepy is your thing.
It is my
so-
thing, but not in like I'm driving in the middle of nowhere by myself and there's like creepiness happening around me. I like to see it on the TV or in a haunted house where like it's a controlled environment and I know that I'm
Okay.
safe. Not in is someone coming out of those cornfields at me in real life kind of thing. That's not for me.
So what's next on
So
your
the
list?
next
Because
on my
you know,
list is good walking shoes.
yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do not come in anything with a heel. Do not come in flip flops. Do not be my child. Um, bring a notebook and take notes at what you're looking at. Okay.
I was actually thinking that would be a fun gift from the booth that we're at is to provide
Yes.
something like that. Somebody
Yeah.
actually had a book there that was like index cards and they had like different things that they could write something different on each index
Oh,
card.
cool.
And
Yeah.
it was really a smart idea
That
because they
is.
could
Yeah.
flip through it. And then if they found something similar that they liked, they could go back and they could say, oh, I want to talk to, the other guy that has, the water filters, not just
Yep.
blue
Yeah.
tap. And
Yeah.
so, it
And
gave them options.
That's such a good point because like we went and Matt and I were like, did we talk to that water tech or that water tech? And then there were some stands where we were like, wait a minute, weren't they outside? And it was
Right.
the same business with two booths. And we were going, but I think we already talked to them, but I don't know if we talked to them
Well,
yet.
and that'll be true for us too. When you
Yes.
get to Tampa this year, we have 2 booths for our
Yep.
roofing solutions.
Yep.
And so we're both in the A building where we've been for years at A105, but then we're also in the B building at B125.
Yes.
And so we're in both sides this year. So if you see
That's
us in the
great.
back, you might also see us in the front. It might not be the same people in both booths.
It won't be.
But
but if you
You
have
got
a
to come to the
notebook,
cool booth.
if
but
you
we
have
can't
a
tell 'em which one that
notebook,
is.
They'll have to
you
come
can
to
write
both.
down, I went to booth A105
And Frank
saw-
said,
and then I went to booth,
hint,
right?
on who will be where.
My other tip is, and this is probably because I'm sneaky and I maybe have trust issues, but film and record everything. Okay. Your phone is your best friend. And there is a recording, like an audio recording
Yes.
thing. And I'm telling you, before I talk to any salesperson or a
doctor, anything. Like I use
Oh
it
my
all
gosh,
the
I hit that
time.
record button all the time. And,
Well, and
I just do.
in the moment you're there and you're learning and you're listening, but it also gives you the opportunity to go
Yes.
home and think about what they said
And
too.
listen to it again.
Yeah.
And I think too, sometimes when I am in a situation where maybe I'm meeting with a sales rep, everything is very shiny and new and pretty, and it definitely looks better than my 2015. And I am overcome by the shiny. And they may be saying something that actually means absolutely nothing, but I am so overcome by the shine that I don't realize that what they're saying is complete BS. But then I go home and I listen to it. I'm like, those aren't even words. Like,
It never answered my
it
question.
didn't answer my question. That was total gibberish. Why did I listen to that and smile and nod like a fool? So that's really helpful for me.
But one of the other things you'll find at a rally or a show like this is you'll find different work camping opportunities.
Yes.
And so, like AGS will be there, and you can sign up with AGS and go sell advertising. There'll be different groups there, like the Beet Harvest usually has a booth or two. And then there's gear. Like
Yes.
there's so much gear, like my paddleboard and kayak that I've still not ever used
Oh,
from
man.
last year. So
We went to Tampa last year with the hope of leaving with an RV, and instead we left with 2 new camping chairs, a propane fire pit, a what else did we it was so much that Matt was like, "Why how are we carrying this out to the truck?" And I was like, "I got it. Don't worry about it." And I'm like stacking it up, and he's like, "Oh God."
and we bought a couple weeks of different like places to stay at a very discounted rate
Mhm.
um for those places that we used this fall. And so they were on our route. We knew that we'd use them throughout the season. And so that's a great
Yeah.
way to get a discounted rate at a park that you might not want to stay in or might not want to spend the money to stay in it.
Yes.
But on their shoulder season, they'll give you some deep discounts. So if you're coming in the spring or the fall,
Yep.
as you're leaving or entering a place, and that's true on East Coast or West Coast. Tampa's huge, though. It's an
Mhm.
enormous event.
Well, and the deep discounts is one of my other tips is that, and it also goes back to your 2-day ticket and my qualm. Do not sign on the dotted line the first day that you go. I don't care how deep they say that discount is.
It can go deeper.
It can go deeper, and they may be spouting noise. Okay. So that
But there are some
there
vendors that
are
come
some that are
with
really good. Yes.
limited amounts of product
Yes.
that once that's sold, that
But
discount's
still,
gone.
I'm just saying, walk away, go back to your camper, do some research. First of all, just because it is new does not mean that it's perfect. Everything is going to have something that is going to need fixed at some point.
Yep.
We all know that. So you need to take the rose colored glasses off and really look at the rig. Don't just listen to the sales rep. Really look at it like you would any rig. Yes, it's brand new, but check to see if it has water damage already. Check to see, is that a good roof? Check to see, is there problems with XYZ?
Crawl
Interesting
under it,
here.
make sure nothing's
Yes.
falling out.
Yes. And then when they say, "Oh yeah, we have marked this down this much and you will not find this price anywhere," pull out your phone and do a simple Google check because we got that so much at Hershey. And Matt and I would get on our phones, we would walk away and we would look on our phones and we were finding prices like ten to $15,000 less
Yep.
at car or at RV lots within 20 miles of the show. So I'm just saying that a lot of times they can go lower and a lot of times they are telling you what they want to say because they want to make the sale. They're salespeople. They're doing their job.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that's not always going to be the best thing for you.
Is that your whole list? Or?
No, that is
Oh,
not.
okay.
Bring lots of water. If you can get water in, bring lots of water, sunscreen. Even if you think that there's shade, there is no shade. But if you see shade, use the shade when you find the shade.
So, I mean, I was thinking of when you were saying that, that the thing is, there's another big show
Mhm.
that happens on the other side of the country. As Bash winds down, Quartzsite is 10 days
Yes.
long.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so there's no shade there.
None.
So,
Yep. And then my last two is imagine an RV show like Vegas. Everything is vying for your attention. Everything. So have an idea of what you want before you go in, but look at everything too. I mean, take it all in. But have an idea of what you need, what you want, and what you're willing to spend, right? Like I went to Vegas and knew I'm going in this casino, and when I'm out $20, I'm done. And that $20 was gone in 3 minutes. And then I was like, look at the pretty lights, you know?
Yep.
But know what you're willing to do, know what you need. And my last one is if you have the ability, map out where you want to go before you go so that you're not getting lost, because those suckers are a maze and you will be lost. But one of the really good things about it is that you can see so many different brands regardless of who their seller is in one spot. So you can get in so much shopping time, so much eye viewing time in one place that, I mean, you would have to go lot to lot to get in all of those brands.
It's easier than going to a lot of dealerships.
Yes.
Yes.
It really,
sure.
really is.
Well, and Quartzsite's very different than that because there's not that many brands that come in for that, but there's vendors, and then you've got the swap meet and the stuff like that. That's more, it's just a different kind of rally.
Rocks.
But the thing is, people come in from all over the country, and you go from a town that has maybe 3,000 people to a town that can easily have 100,000 people.
Yes.
And so they're all there for the show. So the tent can get nuts. Inside the tent can be very interesting. I had a really interesting experience there one year. This was years before, like it was one of our first years on the road. I'm allergic to pineapples. And so I love pineapples. But if you're peeling a pineapple and I'm walking by you while you're peeling a pineapple, I'm going to stop breathing. I learned this in Quartzsite.
Really?
Yeah. And so everybody was like, get away from her. She's going to throw up. I did not. I was not throwing up. I was passing out. And so it was a very big difference. But the reality was those potato peeler guys, they peel everything in Quartzsite in the tent. And if you can't get away because there's a crowd, you're not going to be okay. So, there's lots of different things that you don't think about that are allergens in the air. So if you're sensitive to chemicals, it's, be mindful of that as you're, going through those places too.
And so we've been talking about Quartzsite a lot, and I should let you know, Quartzsite is January 17th through 25th. So it starts the day before Xscapers ends, and it is just down the road from Lake Havasu. I mean, it's like a 20, 30 minute drive?
No, it's more like 90 minutes.
Is it? It
It
felt
is.
so short. I was like, we're here already. But I was also really excited because there were pretty rocks on the table. I love so many rocks. There's that movie with Desi and Lucy and the long
trailer.
The long trailer. And she's like picking up all the rocks and that's me.
I know nothing about that.
This is why
that was Jennifer.
We're how many minutes in and we've only made it through January. So we got to keep moving
There's a
along
lot.
here.
Okay.
So, but wait, there's more.
There's more. So I did want to mention in April, I got the information.
April. We
got
got
a whole bunch of
March
months.
I
first.
know, but
March
okay.
is a big one for us.
Well,
I
February,
know,
March.
but
if you haven't seen a recent episode, but we should remind people
I
in
know.
case they
Okay.
haven't seen
Okay.
it.
Go.
If you haven't seen a recent episode, we're gonna be in
We're gonna
Georgia
be in
for
Georgia.
March. Yes,
I love Georgia.
FRVA,
Georgia.
their
Family
big
RV
spring rally.
Association.
Yes,
They
and
have 2 international rallies a year, and that's
Mhm.
one of them. And they're doing it in Perry this year and then again next year.
yes,
And so there's lots of fun stuff there, but we're going to actually be launching
our
chapter there.
Rolling Roots.
Yep.
So families come and camp with us, and we've got full hookups.
Yeah.
Like there are so many people at that rally
That don't have
that
full
don't have
hookups.
hookups.
But we only have like another month to sell those.
Yes. So you guys need to hurry up. and book your sites.
Otherwise, they go back into the pool for FRVA and
Yeah.
other people get those.
Yeah.
But right now, it's a dedicated group of 25 sites for just families to park together.
Yes.
And so,
and it doesn't cost to be a part of our chapter right now.
for the next year is kind of what we've decided is while we're building it, we want, you'll have to pay the membership to join FRVA.
Yes.
But it's just $99 a year.
And you get so many benefits for joining.
Yes. Yeah. If you want to know those benefits, you can check out a recent podcast.
And we have a website. We have a blog too, if you just want to read through
Yes.
them.
We'll
Or
put
go
all
to
that in our show notes.
FRVA.com.
Yes.
Their benefits page is very thorough.
But also, even if you're not a family, still come to the rally. And if you're a lady, come see us at the luncheon.
Come see us. Oh, and if you cannot go for the full rally, because I know that there is a full-time families rally that is just right down the road. I say right down the road. I don't know how close it is, but it's very
Madison,
close.
It's like an hour.
Madison, Florida. If you're already
like the
booked
week
to be
before that.
there, yes. You can actually, for FRVA, you can get a 1-day pass to just come in to the rally for 1 day. So if you can't do the whole thing, but you're going to be in the area and you want to come see us, that is an option too. So that's
or
available.
if you're a rally chaser, you could actually make the Full-Time Families Rally and come to this one.
us.
Yeah.
So Full-Time Families just announced that they're doing another rally on the other side of the country.
Yes,
in,
today.
California, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they're doing one there. And I think that's also January, right?
I don't remember.
I'd have to look
because
that
I
one
kind
up.
of tuned it out.
But if you go to fulltimefamilies.com, you have a list of their rallies, but they also have a membership requirement. So, a lot of these clubs do have some membership requirements. Let's see. Where else do we have? Oh, I was going to start with this one.
Okay. What are you going to talk
found
about?
the possum drop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Can't wait.
Go.
Possum drop. Are you like dropping possums off your RV roof?
So like New Year's Eve, they have a possum drop in Brasstown, North Carolina. It's a quirky New Year's Eve tradition that has a possum that's lowered at midnight. And
if
you're looking
woolly worms in Kentucky.
I know. If you're looking for an offbeat celebration, this might be the way to go. I mean, we've done Vegas for New Year's Eve too, and that's kind of a fun one. But we need to keep moving through this
Vegas possums? I mean,
not Vegas possums.
Can I go to April, or am I breaking?
You can.
Okay, because I'm so excited because I don't think this has been announced anywhere. So we'll be announcing it. So April 26th through May 10th at Firefly Hills in Kentucky, where I was just at for the Halloween and Dia de los Muertos event. They are doing big hats in the bluegrass. I'm so freaking excited. Okay, so it is celebrating the Kentucky Derby, Cinco de Mayo, and Mother's Day. They're making fancy hats. They're going on hikes. They are zip lining, horseback riding. They're doing guided foraging and then teaching you how to cook with what you forage.
I like that.
Yes, there is a possibility that they will be doing outdoor wilderness training. They're going to teach you how to make your own piñatas. They're going to do bat house building. And some of these things may flex a little bit because they're still finalizing the things, but they have full hookup and dry camping. And so if you want to know when registration opens, you can sign up for their newsletter at fireflyhillskentucky.com or watch their socials for registration to open in the next week or two. The Martins will probably be there because I get to decorate my own hat. I'm just saying. They said hats, and I was like, sign me up.
Well, and spring here in Florida, you've got Sun and Fun Fly-In. You've got the Strawberry Festival. And so while those may not be normal, like regular RV events, they do draw on events like for people. Sun and Fun is a fly-in. Have you, either one of you done a fly-in?
No.
So we've only done Sun and Fun.
What?
So they're pilots from all over the country fly their airplanes in and sleep underneath the wing of their airplane wing, and they spend the weekend there in a little tent in the fly-in. And so there's two big ones in the country. One is here in Florida, in Lakeland, and so that one's it's called the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo. You can get primitive sites, but you can also get full hookups if you book early enough. But EAA Air Venture is the other one, and that's in Oshkosh, Wisconsin every summer. It is the world's largest aviation gathering. And so people
That's
fly
so
in for that one
cool.
too. So yeah, and we know friends that have done that one for lots of years. And there's even balloon events at that one. And so speaking of balloon events, there's always
Albuquerque.
Yes.
That's on my list. I know, like, we talked about everybody brings some rallies, and I thought this is like one everybody knows about. But we are almost 3 years in, and I still have not been to the stinking balloon fiesta in Albuquerque. And I feel like that's like
it took us
a
7
faux
years to
pas.
get there.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better
Yeah.
because
Because
I
it's
was like,
expensive
how
and you have
I
to
not
plan
gotten
your
there
whole
yet?
season around it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they make the mistake of going for 1 day
Why?
or 2 days. And
No.
so, the reality is
I would
balloons
go
don't
and
fly every day at
stay.
an event like
They
that.
don't.
And
Yep.
so we got into balloons our first 3rd year on the road. We were at an event in Palm Springs and where the pilot didn't have a crew and he couldn't put his balloon up in the glow. And that's all language that, you have to speak in order to understand
I
it.
don't know it.
And so we ended up helping him put his envelope up, and that's the balloon itself is called an envelope.
You are so fancy.
And so by 2017, we had gone to Lake Havasu, which is my favorite one in the country, actually.
Yeah.
And so there's parking nearby right at the state park for that one. And it's just great because you fly over the London Bridge and it's a totally different
That
experience.
is like my favorite thing about Lake Havasu is that they have the London Bridge.
Yep.
That is so weird. Sorry.
But
Carry on.
so going back to Albuquerque, what's neat about it is it's a special area because you can do what's called flying the bots. It's the only place in the United States where you can fly in a square if the weather is right, but you're never guaranteed they're going to fly any day of the week.
Right.
So we stayed for all 10 days of Fiesta. And so, but if you sign up to crew with a pilot, it's important that you stay for all of the days of Fiesta. Otherwise, your pilot's not flying those days. You're not crewing, so it's super important. So we would go in with a couple families and then we would take shifts. And so if you needed a morning off, one of us would take that morning, and so on. So 3 families is a good number, and then you can kind of alternate and experience some of Fiesta as well as participate in some of Fiesta.
What kind of training does that take?
So most pilots will train you on the spot. So.
So
my boys actually
right
went to
into
balloon
that
camp, and there's actually 2 groups in the country that it's the Balloon Federation of America has a balloon camp.
That's so cool.
And so if your kids are old enough, they can sign up to go to balloon camp for the summer, and then you get invited to all sorts of places to go fly. So we've done Indianola too, which is another good one. That's in the summer. But that's another big, and that's different because it's called the Great Balloon Race. And what's different about that is it's all targets. And so a lot of them are racer balloons. And so it's very different because you're literally, your chase vehicle means you're chasing them.
Yeah.
And so there's some of that. So that's a great flying event.
Cool.
So,
well, I brought a couple of groups to talk about. So I want to make sure that we hit the event things that you've got, and then I want to make sure that we come back to these 3 groups that do some multiple events that we can kind of hit on. So what else have you got on your list?
I'd love to talk about this one. So this one's called an SOB rally. Do you know what that is?
I can't say what I think it means.
So we would get, not that we are monetized, but if we were, we would get demonetized if I said what I think it is.
But it stands for some other brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of a multi-brand rally. And that brings me into the next one, which is brand rallies. Have you guys ever done a brand rally?
No.
Grand Design.
Yeah.
Their
That's where I met
national rally is, their national rally is just so well done. And I've heard so many good things about other brand rallies that happen at the exact same fairgrounds.
Yes.
Yeah, Indiana's hopping in the middle of summer.
It
We do
is.
quite a few. We do the Frog Rally.
Mhm.
We do Montana Owners Club Rally.
Yep.
I know Alliance does one of their rallies there.
Yeah.
And Brinkley's starting doing rallies this year.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother one because they're doing them a little bit different. They're trying to make it more community based, and they don't want the vendors in. Tiffin does great rallies.
Yeah.
Newmar does really. They're
Pretty much
really,
just about every brand does a good
Yeah.
rally.
Yeah.
I mean,
When I
well,
was
some are different than
looking-
like Tiffin feeds you.
Oh, do
If
they?
you're a
Oh.
Tiffin owner, you get dinners every night, and they're catered.
now
and you're-
Alliance will fix things on your rig. I don't
Design
know.
does
Grand
too.
Design does
Design
too.
See, that's a
Mhm.
nice perk,
Yeah.
in my
They
opinion.
bring in the SRTs, and you get like 3 items on your list, and so
Yep.
you have to prioritize them.
Yep.
And so it's a really nice
it's
feature.
a really nice deal. When we were in the Keys last year, there was a Newmar rally in the Keys, and Matt and I were like, "Oh, maybe
We need a new Mar.
maybe we know where we're going next." No, but I did see. I was really surprised because I thought some of the rallies were just like these really, really, really big names that we've all just listed. But when I was researching rallies this over the last few days, there were like some smaller companies that I saw that are doing rallies for their members. Is that what we're calling people who own their brands? I don't know.
Owners. Just
Owners.
This is another one.
Oh, yes, I saw that. And I also,
what is
when I
it?
was
Say it
looking
out
at
loud.
the RVing Women National Rally, and I also saw when I was looking at it, this really beautiful RV Roofing Solutions banner across the top of the screen. And I was like, hey, Matt, look.
Yeah, RVing women is another great one. And, I mean, a lot of women are out there doing it all by
Mhm.
themselves and doing their own maintenance and stuff. But it's nice to have a
Yes.
place to come to where people have those different things that they
Yep.
can get there. From free roof inspections, which is something we do at rallies.
Mhm.
But there's more than that. There's just the one-on-one conversations that you can have.
Yes.
So a lot of times being at a rally, what I love about it is I get to really get to know the people that go. So like on Monday, I might meet somebody, but we're having conversations all week long with those questions that they go
Yeah.
home and think about.
Yeah.
And so, I think it's a different dynamic, but this is one I want to bring to you. So there's a lot of people that do rallies. Now, you're not doing rallies, but you're camping really close to a theme park.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of people in Florida that do that. So do you
Yep.
want to speak to that about why you do that and how you do it?
About how I stay close to a theme park?
Yeah.
Oh, about Disney?
Yeah.
What you were just
Jen's like, I camp and I go.
I mean, right.
But yeah, I mean, Disney, any theme park across the country,
Yeah.
there's kind of a trick to it though, because there's places
Mhm.
like Fort Wilderness that are a lot more expensive.
There are.
And then
so,
you use a camping
so
membership.
we use Thousand Trails here in Florida. We're Thousand Trails members, and so we'll bounce between TTO or Lake Magic is our preferred trails collection. But there's lots of other trails collections here that you can bounce between and still be within a decent drive of Disney.
Well, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be just Disney here, which is what's really
No,
nice
there's
about it.
Universal, and
Love
that kind of seems to be the big thing. Either you're Universal or you're Disney. I mean, there are some people that will go either way, but you're pretty much wanted
Well,
together.
and SeaWorld and Legoland.
SeaWorld,
Yes.
Legoland, yes.
So there's a lot of it here.
Those
and then
are
if you
smaller, like one-day trips.
But if you
know.
do Tampa, you've got Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of
Zoo, the
choice.
Tampa
Clearwater.
Zoo.
Yeah.
Oh, Tampa Zoo. I didn't think of
Yes,
that.
my girls are looking forward to going there in January.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. So I mean, there's lots of different things you can do if you're hopping between parks.
yeah.
And so it doesn't matter where in the country you are. I know that for a year we actually had a Six Flags membership and we could go to any of the Six Flags
Yeah.
across the country. And so we took the year to do that. We toured them. And there's lots of other theme parks that have similar offers
Yep.
out there.
Yes.
And if you were on their Black Friday special, you might have actually scored one of those great deals.
yeah.
So, and you can just plan your whole season around it.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other thing I want to go back, you were talking about the RVing women. And one of the things that I saw on their site is that they also have chapters. And so they also have chapter rallies. And so just like FRVA and a lot of the other clubs, you don't just have to find a way to get across the country to the big conferences. If you join a chapter in your area or nearby you, they a lot of times will have 1, 2, sometimes up to 4 or 5
Yep.
get-togethers a year. So you can be getting together with people in your area or around you, other RVers, build a little community of like-minded people, and that's just kind of lovely.
Well,
So,
and there's 2 big FRVA events for the international side.
yes,
And the second one happens in the
Uh,
4th of July weekend
In Missouri.
in Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sedalia, Missouri. So there's a great big event there. And so
Mhm.
they're getting together for the celebration of the 250th, anniversary of America.
Yep.
And it's a big birthday celebration, and
Yep.
FRVA will be there. But again, they're smaller chapters.
Yes.
So what's neat about FRVA is that you've got the big international rallies, but you also have not just small chapters, but you also have regional chapters. So
Yes.
there's usually like 6 states roughly.
Mhm.
And so like Texas had one this fall, so it depends on where you are. There will be another one in Florida for the southeastern area, which is Florida only. We just did one in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yep.
And so like there's smaller versions of all of this. And Alan and Mary,
even for the brands, Grand Design has them.
yes.
Alliance does one in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
And
West Coast.
so, I mean, you don't have to be in a big group. And a lot of times those big ones, especially for like Goshen, Indiana, they're hard to get into.
Yes.
And so, sometimes those smaller ones is a great way to get your feet wet.
Yeah.
And experience
In
that.
fact, a lot of times, I don't know about Grand Design, but like Alliance, it's a
lottery.
It's a lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's name
Tiffin is
goes
too.
in.
Yeah.
But that's the only way to be fair too. You
Yeah.
know, otherwise it's the same people every year. So I do appreciate that.
Yep.
Well, I want to talk about a couple of groups that kind of do some events that you can go to as well. So one of them is one that we see at a lot of rallies and shows, advertising. I get emails from them like very frequently when they have a new event that they're getting ready to do, and that's the fantasy RV tours. And
Well,
just-
and they have some others that are similar. I mean,
Yes.
we're not paid by Fantasy to
No.
tell you about them.
No.
So there's also Adventure Caravans.
yes,
And there's an Alaskan excursion group that we are a
Yes.
part of.
and I have just one event written down to give you an idea of some of the types of things that they do. Okay, so in May they're doing a 9-day Abbey Road Music Festival rally. And so what it is you pay to do this. It's a guided trip.
I
They
tell
all
people it's
go-
kind of like a rolling rally.
Yeah, or like a
So because they plan
cruise.
your stay,
It's a
they
cruise in
plan
your
your
RV.
food, they plan all your
Mhm.
stops for you, and you have like there's a person that's at the beginning,
Yes,
and then there's a tail gunner, so you're always in between those. So if
Yes.
somebody breaks down, the tail gunner stays with you,
Yeah.
and so
Mhm.
that's nice to have too.
Yeah, so like this one has 22 events and meals included in your 8-day or 8-evening
But I
trip.
will also say these are mostly for couples. They're
Yes,
built
they
for couples.
are. Their tickets were specifically either a 1-person or a 2-person rig.
Yep.
So they are very coupley. There is Rove Life, and this
That's a good one.
This is a good one. It's a couple who owns it, and you can find their information at Rove ROVE Life LIFE.com / Roventures ROVENTURES. That's the list of all of the events that they do.
Now, is that
And
a specific brand rally then?
so what they do is they do meetups. And so it creates like a pop-up event at all of these different events. And so they say, hey, we're going to go and we're going to meet at Mardi Gras is the big one that they're doing. And so they put down all of the different parades that they're going to go to, all of the different days, and then everybody goes. They're going to the Caveman Music Festival in Colorado, September 2nd through 4th is one of the ones that they're meeting up to go camping and see everybody at. And so
Do they
you can-
camp at the same place, or are they
Yes.
finding their own reservation?
They go, they camp. So you can get on their Facebook page and kind of get together and say, hey guys, let's go meet up and let's do this together. And so it gives you some autonomy and like how you want to plan your trip, what you want to do. But it also gives you a community to do it with. And I think that that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then for people who are maybe looking to replace some events with like-minded adults, if they're really bummed out that some of their Xscapers events are getting canceled, there's Camp Carpe Diem. And actually one of the couples that helped put this on, I met them at Bash. They're fantastic. And
being on that, I think that there's so many influencers that are starting their own rallies now.
Yes.
So like Adventure Bandits has one.
Yes.
And Switch It Up has one down in South Florida this winter. And so there's a lot of great rallies that are being done by brands. But I would love personally
for
for them
us.
to fall under FRVA
Oh, yeah, that would
and
be fun.
actually build communities within FRVA because of all the benefits. And people have asked us, when are you guys going to do a Learn to RV rally?
Yep.
And I don't know. The answer is I don't know yet. And would you guys want to see a Learn to RV rally?
You gotta let us
Because we'd
know.
have to bring in, people to help teach you how to RV if we were doing that.
Yeah.
Because we'd have to keep it themed, right?
Yep.
How to road school, how to pack your bearings. Maybe we could get DJ to come in and, do a
Right?
bearing pack or
Yeah.
something. How to do your own roof inspection. You
Yep.
don't need Frank to do it for you if you have the tools in front of you.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so there's lots of ways to do that.
Yeah.
So we've been asked that, but you forgot the big one. I mean, I know you touched on it, but
What am I doing here?
September. What happens in September?
Hershey.
Well, Hershey. Of course, Hershey.
Chocolate.
I know chocolate is in Hershey. But you know what was so
They claim
disappointing
that's
is
the
that
biggest
everybody
one.
was like, you go to Hershey and it smells like Hershey chocolate. And it didn't smell like Hershey chocolate until I was standing in front of the Hershey
Do you know what
chocolate.
it smelled like?
It smelled like cows.
Well,
There's a
Smelled
lot
like
of
a
cows
lot of
in that
cows.
area.
well, to make a lot of chocolate, you need a lot of cows.
You do need a lot of cows. That is true. I was very sad.
But Hershey is the biggest show in the United States per capita,
Yeah.
meaning
Yes.
that more people come into Hershey than a lot of the other shows and rallies, although I think Tampa actually gets more people walking through the door.
It's a lot
Yeah.
of people.
But there's a
that.
Tampa Summer Rally. So they have a summer show. I mean, there's lots of rallies
There's
all over
shows
the
in
country.
Texas and Arizona,
Yep.
and they're everywhere.
Well, I will make sure that all of my things in my list are in our show
Yes.
notes, even if we didn't mention them.
Well,
or a separate blog.
In a blog, because we have a character limit on the show notes of like 3,248
But we'll
characters.
link the blog in the show notes. How's that?
Yes, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. And then also, if you have any questions, comments, if there is a rally or a show that we didn't touch on that you're like, how do y'all not know about this? Please link to it. Throw it in our comments so that we can find out about it, especially me, because I still am so new to all of this and I love the information. And, I hate to say it, but the Martins are still planning out our 2026 path because we kind of last minute a lot of stuff.
Well,
So-
And the thing is, if you have an event that isn't something that we mentioned and you want people to know about it,
Yep.
join Learn to RV, the friendly informative group. It is our biggest
Yes.
group. If you want to share that information in there so people can join your rally, that's fine. It's a community group. That's
Yep.
what it's there for. We don't charge you for that. We
Yep.
want to build better and create better communities across the country. And that means working together. I mean, it's not just we have the best group out there. It's everybody together, working together makes it so special.
You know what would also be really great is if they wanted to share in a blog format on learntorv.com.
Yes, they could write a blog about their upcoming event, and
Yep.
we can post it on Learn to
Yes.
RV.
Well, and what's
Yep.
great about that is if they have pictures from a previous event, it gives them the
Yes.
opportunity.
Yes,
Yeah.
to show and then to link back to the event and their website and everything
Yep.
else. So
Yeah.
it's a big bonus for everyone.
Yes, it is. So like, comment, share, follow us on Patreon.
Yep.
And
Don't forget to subscribe.
yeah,
Yeah.
subscribe and we'll see you around the campfire next week.
Love what you're hearing? Subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. And while you're at it, leave us a review.